Don't you play that happy music, scrub music at me! Madness returns today to HP Gaming, but first, go check out greenmangaming.com and some of their amazing deals on video games, because if you buy from them, they help us out, and that's just great for everybody. Head down to the description below. Hello, audience! Hunter here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, what happened to our happy visual novel? Like, when we were hanging out with Tokyo schoolgirls, everything was so calm and happy, and we were hanging out with our girl, Sakura. With this, okay, normally I record these on Monday. I recorded part 5, Monday the 12th. Yeah, it's Tuesday the 13th. I've been up all night in a cold sweat thinking about this. Okay, so go to the poem. What do we got? Headphones. Yeah, let's go with that. Lollipop. Great. It's all gonna be you. Unless I go with, like, stuff like unrestrained and disoriented. She likes the big words. Forgive. I'm trying to see if there are any words that would trigger, what's it? Melancholy. Fear. Flower. Treasure. Memories. Heavens. Okay, it's really easy to work with these two. Death. Rainbow. Sing. Vacation. God damn it. Massacre. Raindrops. Oh, you're into raindrops now? What's your angle? What are you after? You candy. Starscape. And Rose. Oh, bitch, you stole it from the other. Hi again, Hunter. Hi, you. Monica. The oddly most normal person here. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. I want to die. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least can't eat my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Hunter. Yeah, no problem. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Is it that you're over the... Monica, you're over the... Monica! A little bit of Monica! Can you please move so I can read? Okay. Something, have a big mouth for someone who keeps something in the club room. I think it has something to do with the manga collection. Okay, thank God. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Hunter. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're at the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. But I already have a trilogy of books. And I've read a couple, and might I just say, that Rama is the best science fiction novel of all time. Just saying. Anyone else notice the music's a bit different? Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Ugh. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, that's not it, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book that if you wanted me to. Are you sure? Yes, I'm fucking sure. I came back to this club after some crap happened. I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Yeah, no, the music's definitely different. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that what the... Everything just zoomed out. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Okay. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. And at the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. ... But that only makes her hide face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. Is it fine? Is it fine? I'm starting to determine that not a lot of things in this game are very fine. What's that line? It's gonna be hidden by YouTube compression, but is anyone else seeing this line? Maybe if you go... Look, wait, what's up with the eyes? Why is your eye slowly what's up with your eye? Okay, stop! You're freaking me out now! There's... Something is rotten in the state of Denmark, and Hunter doesn't like it very much. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Okay, her face is back to normal now. The lines are gone, too. So... Good. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Like 50 Shades of Grey. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well... It's the book about nothing! How do we know when it's over? I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. I'm gonna look that book up right now. Okay, so we have, well, here's some stuff related to, I I found this, but I don't think it's related. Here's a picture of Trump. That does not help. Okay, back to the book. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. That sounds fucking awesome, actually. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. That sounds less awesome, but I'm in. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and asphyxiating them to... Well, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. If that's what you're into, I mean... Go for it. The book, I mean, not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of... It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came out of nowhere. You're not a fan of that sort of thing, Hunter? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyway. Do I make a Trump joke, or what? Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? You missed the, then suddenly... Here, let me see if I... Yeah, there it is. This just sort of popped up and then disappeared. In, like, the same font as the "but because the world is horrible people" thing. That's just the way this video was edited together. I'd like to cut over to the next one. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body Go back. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. It skipped it. What the hell? And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Then the least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's... Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. You sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Probably because she's literally over your shoulder as you're reading. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she is not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Alright, stop! You're freaking me out now! What was that? I need to look at the playback on that one. Alright, I got the goddamn frame open right here. The bitch. This is what she said. Wait, why won't it pop up? Oh, son of a bitch. Alright, what she said was, I was just bathing in the feeling of your body heat. Heat. You're freaking me out. I don't think I should hang out with you. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until I'm up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Okay. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Alright, I've made her voice super creepy all of a sudden, I don't know why. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me so I can turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second-guessed things she says and all that. That's what you were thinking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Like what? Like what, Yuri? You got something you want to share with the class? Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... like, breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other, Should we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we should get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I take a mental note of where I left the book, then slip it back into my bag. So we got Natsuki and Monika. Okay. I guess we'll start with Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair that I shared mine with her first. ... Question mark. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotion, so basically it's not cute enough for your taste. You want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. This is her first poem! I think the music's screwing up at certain points. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end and then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I just had to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Monica! Hi, Hunter! Hi, Monica. Having a good time so far? Yeah, good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, well, I don't want to say anything, but, Natsuki's eye was, like, kind of falling off earlier. Maybe don't do that. Like, ever. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up, and I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Hunter. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's the sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Mm-hmm. Great job, Hunter. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. Great. I'm glad to hear it. It was really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Haha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel that Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. Like mine, actually. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she'll end up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yay! I'm back. Okay, good. You're not glitching out or anything, yeah? Okay, did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you need. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. hole-in-wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but the burned eyes could no longer see color. And the others are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try too hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think of it is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, Yuri's the only one left. ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? ... question mark. Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. You're going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Oh, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really? Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. ... Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick them up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you could be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki could be a bit biased, though. Biased? No. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri apologized to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily. Dreamily. That's a new one. As if this is a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to... I've read this. ... I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. What took you so long to read? No, it didn't. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Hunter. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. What are you talking about? I had to meticulously read over the handwriting. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts and feelings and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so, nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Hunter. Me too. Phew! I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. The music is so clearly off-key. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? It's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Hunter did too, so based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a lot of time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. We've had this conversation. We've had this whole conversation. Natsuki stands up. Didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member. Eh? That's not what you just stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Hunter appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how didn't you appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew to... Yeah, here we go. There's the boobs again. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. What's going on? Stop! Stop! You're freaking me out! You realize it's me? Look who's talking. You want to be edgy, bitch? Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too important for your mental... Alright, stop! You're freaking me out now! Anyways, just comprehend. See? Just say so. Okay, the static is setting in. What's going on? Here's my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, just stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can count about socks again and stressing and you're acting cute? The only cutesy thing about it is how hard you try. Well, be careful. You might actually cut on the edge here. Oh, my bad. You already did. Don't you? You do accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Okay, we did not have this conversation! Yeah, go on. Let Hunter hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels with you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me and she just knows I was standing here. Hunter, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Help me. I don't know what's happening. How did I get... Oh my god, let's go. I couldn't read the fuck it. Yuri! Yuri! Yes! Yuri! What do you want from me? Natsuki then! Yuri! Yuri! Natsuki! Can I help you? Do I run? Alright, I'll ask what's going on, Monica. Hey, Hunter. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Aha! Some president I am, right? I can't even control my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. ... She quickly runs away. Oh dear! Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth at her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Hunter, please don't hate me. Please! I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget about all of it by tomorrow. Completely. ... Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. ... Yuri looks at me like she wants me to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. ... Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take the responsibility today. Kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Hunter. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really... Oh no, what the... What just happened? She didn't even finish that word, she just said, understand! Okay, frightening. Hurt. Hair. Fuck, I don't know, parfait. Cry. Forget. Waterfall. Vanilla. Anime. Misfortune. Heartbeat. Ambient. Nimble. Sensation. Starscape. What the hell is that? I shouldn't have clicked that. I shouldn't have clicked that. Okay. Shouldn't have clicked that. Unrestrained. Let's go with, mouse, contamination, and universe. I keep looking over my shoulder. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Hunter, and hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over his shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Surprisingly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person, and now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Hunter, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little brighter with you around, and... sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man! Yuri, I guess you haven't seen her either? ... Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. No, it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. ... What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So... Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Eh? What? Jeez, whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But... You clearly were... Okay, I'll accept your apology anyway, if that helps you feel any better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was afraid you would secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. ... Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Trial? What trial? Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not! What took you so long, anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Specifically, she was going bing, bong, bing, bong. Bing, bong, bing, bong. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Hunter. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks! So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. It shows not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet, which we're standing right in front of, and clearly I cannot see her. Hunter, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club, yeah. Definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay! Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try and calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out from her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing I can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric... That say knife? No, kettle. Okay. I'm going to plug this in and then at the teacher's desk and then go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts with her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? No, you may not. Oh, here you go. Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay, you stay here, it won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. She was just going to get water. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. Why'd the music get all muffled? The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking in the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? That dust on the camera? Yuri, what the hell? You just went to go get water. I find you doing this? You're cutting yourself? I reached the... What the... Oh my god, okay, what the... Okay, okay, slow down. I'm back. Did it just cut off the whole... What? Thanks for waiting patiently. Hunter, do you like oolong tea? Yes. Yeah, let's go with that. Even though I'm drinking coffee, but at this point I'm just gonna agree with whatever you say. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature of the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring tea levels. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try to express myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. It's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Hunter. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Hunter, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? I don't have a problem with it, but why? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my desk, with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best. Okay, you have back pain. Just out of curiosity, you got any arm pain? I'm just asking. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it will go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we resume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer together. I can't see too well. Dash. Yuri slides out closer until her shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive is almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it in my hands, that's not holding in the notebook. I end up in a position that's even harder to focus. I guess now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression as I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. ... After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. You look tired. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks over at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Hunter, sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't Hunter... Suddenly, Yuri forcibly grabs my arms and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Hunter, my heart won't stop pounding, Hunter. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Hunter? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. I mean, she's inviting it. Are we in the closet, by the way? I'm gonna assume we're in the closet. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Yeah, no shit, Yuri! I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Jesus. I'm going! Hello, children. Come to watch Hunter Plays. Allow me to present you with your nightmares for the next 5 weeks. Oh, boy. Stop it. Stop looking at me! Is this gonna stop? Monica! I've never been happier to see you in my... I never thought I'd be so happy to see you. It's time to share poems. I think we're gonna stop it right here. Actually, how long have we been going? Let me check real. Alright, well, the video footage claims that we've been going for like 57 minutes, so I think this is a good stopping point. That's a nice, decent amount of time. That'll do it for this week's episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. Go ahead and save this game. Just save it right there. Just leave a nice little save game right there. Yeah. I think that'll do it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video, which, I think we're going snowboarding? I could be wrong about that, though.